Quick!
Al.
This place used to be a quarry.
No, it was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Of course it was a bloody quarry. This is where the stone for the entire castle was mined. Once the castle was completed, the mining stopped. But that was a long time ago. There's nothing left of those days. Just that old loony who keeps getting in our way.
What loony were you talking about?
Well, I heard he was a stonemason at the quarry. The rumour around the village is he and his friends saved their pay for God knows what, but something went wrong. The one who knew where the coin was hidden fell off the top of the quarry and was dead on the spot. Since then, the other fella's been sleeping in a nearby dilapidated shack and coming here every day to look for the silver. He's gone completely insane. Batty old fool. You can't even reason with him.
Can you explain to me the archery contest rules?
It's simple. Listen. I give arrows or bolts to the archers, and they try to hit their target to get the most points. If you hit the outside ring, you get 1 point. The second ring is worth 2 points, and the bullseye is worth 5. If you miss, or you hit an opponent's target, all you get for that is egg on your face. Obviously. But if you manage to shoot off all your ammunition before the others, you get another 3 points on top. We've got 3 competition levels from beginner up to master. The more experienced the archers, the more arrows or bolts they get, and the more they wager. Simple, eh?
I'd like to compete at archery.
Your first time, eh? I don't remember your face from any previous contests. What's it to be, longbow or crossbow?
Bow, I reckon.
All right. So what do you feel up to? Want to compete with beginners, advanced archers, or masters? Of course, it's tougher against masters, but you can win more.
I'd rather not get ahead of myself. I'll try my luck against beginners.
Fine. Of course, it ain't for free, though. Have you got something to wager?
That's a bit heavy, isn't it? I don't want to put that much money on the line for some contest.
No one's forcing you. There's plenty of other takers. Bolder ones.
I'd like to compete at archery.
What's it to be, longbow or crossbow?
Bow, I reckon.
All right. So what do you feel up to? Want to compete with beginners, advanced?
I'd rather not.
Fine.
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is. So, can we start?
Wait a while until I get the other archers. Meanwhile, you can get ready and wait for the signal. Take up your positions. Now!
Fucking hit the target for once. What the fuck is wrong with me today? That's how it's done.
The targets are further away today, aren't they?
Next time, try to step up your game. That was too easy.
I'd like to compete at archery.
Again? But you only finished shooting a while ago. I suppose you want to save your reputation, eh? Didn't do too good last time. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Crossbow. That's the best fun.
And why not? If the gent wishes to shoot a crossbow, then crossbow it is. When he brings one, that is.
I'd like to compete at archery.
Again? But you only finished shooting a while ago. I suppose you want to save your reputation, eh? Didn't do too good. What's it to be?
I think it's a good day for...
All right. So what do you...
Nah, I'd rather not get ahead of my...
Fine. Of course it ain't for free, though. Have you got...
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is.
Wait a while until I... Attention! Now!
Sacre! Almost a bullseye.
Another point to my name.
Shit! Andy, I need to step up my game. For fuck's sake! All hail to the victor, meaning me. God grant you health.
God bless.
Good to see you, friend.
What are you doing here?
Greetings, Henry.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Did you get tired of blacksmithing and take up farming instead? I just happen to know of something. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you. I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
One can never know enough about blacksmithing.
All right, I'll show you something. But you need time for it.
So much dust. Praise the Lord. It's already getting dark.
I reckon it'll be a late one again.
What will it be?
What's new around here?
Nothing new. It's quiet here, fortunately.
What would you like?
Show me your wares.
Maybe next time then.
Good evening. What do you need, lad?
If you're hungry, just let me know. There's some well-aged mussels, relax.
People call you the mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Denyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arseface?
I'm sorry, Stenyak. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
How can I know if it'll be worth it?
If you don't believe me, ask anyone. They all know me in the village, and they all know I'm good.
So they all sing your praises, even if you stutter?
You know what? Go to hell. You can bugger right off if you're looking to insult me. But if you want to listen, you better cough up some coin.
I know quite a few stories myself. How about a trade? A story for a story.
All right, then. But if it's the one about the magic porridge pot, don't bother. I've heard it 100 times. And that story always leaves me feeling hungry.
I know a romantic tale about a knight, his lady love, and 3 impossible tasks he had to undertake to win her heart. He had to bring her the sweetest wine, tame the wildest horse, and make a crown with the rarest gem.
And then? What happened when he'd done all 3?
Well, the lady of his heart showed her gratitude by giving him the most precious thing she had. And I'm not talking about gold.
Ho! A raunchy ending. That'll be popular with the lads round here. If I were you, I'd make it longer. To last a whole evening. Add a wicked stepmother, that sort of thing. It'll be a hit. And now, I'll tell you a tale in return. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something. Stories with a moral.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. And it's not one you'll hear from any priest. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
I reckon that was the right choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes." Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth. So, he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down whole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
Well, all was as it should have been. It was Kuba's fault.
I don't think so. It seems Matthias didn't either. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against the big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
But why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink. Take care, friend.
Great! And it's mine! You're out of luck, my boy. Good day. Good day. Good day.
Whoa there. Don't worry. We'll stay by the shore.
Put it away. Damn it! Be careful with that weapon! There you go.
What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened. And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Does that happen often? That he gets lost in the woods?
He disappears for a while from time to time when he gets orders from Lord von Burgo. And besides that, well...
What is it? You can tell me.
He drinks a bit sometimes. Then everything takes him longer. His job isn't easy, so I understand when he does, and I don't get upset with him.
I understand. But maybe you're right, and it really is something else this time.
Exactly.
Do you know where he might be? Where is his hunting ground?
In all the forests here around Vidlag Pond. He didn't tell me exactly where he was going, but maybe Vitek knows.
Vitek?
Our son.
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting, and you want me to go and find him?
I'd go myself, but Vostatek doesn't want me going to the woods on my own. He says it's dangerous. But you look like a fearless lad, and I'll be sure to reward you for your efforts.
Why did Vostatek forbid you from going to the forest? Is it really that dangerous?
There are wolves, boars, and worse out there.
What could you meet in the forest that's worse than an angry boar?
Well, people, of course. All sorts of cutthroats and thieves hide out in those woods. So watch your back.
I'll keep that in mind. What can I expect in return for helping you?
I can give you some groschen. We aren't too badly off. But above all, if you help him, you'll be in his good books. And everyone wants to be in my Vostatek's good books.
All right. I'll bring Vostatek back to you.
Thank you. I wouldn't send you if I didn't think it was necessary, but I have a really bad feeling about this. Before you leave, please make sure to talk to Vitek. Maybe he'd know where his father was headed.
Why doesn't Vitek go looking for Vostatek then?
I told him, but the lad is young and stubborn. He just doesn't listen to me. And besides, him and Vostatek don't get along very well.
All right. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Be careful out there.
God be with you, and have a pleasant evening.
Oh, I can't go any further. It's too deep. Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse. I'm as hungry as a wolf.
Good man. Hold on.
What do you want?
Can you talk?
What's going on?
Do you have any coin to spare?
Why are you asking for charity? Fancy an ale, eh? The amount you're looking for, it sounds like you plan on downing a whole keg.
That wouldn't go amiss, but really, I need the coin so I can travel to Vlashim.
That's quite a way.
I've always found it to be a day or two's ride.
But I don't see any horse.
I don't have one. That is true. I'll join a caravan, ride along, pay for my way, my provisions and such.
Tell me, how come you're begging? What happened to you?
Allow me to disabuse you of your misconception. I am no beggar. I simply find myself in a bind compelling me to rely on the kindness of good people.
So, you're begging?
But I'm not a beggar.
Begging, but not a beggar, and he needs money to get to Vlashim. Oh, I've come across a fair few beggars before, but none have ever said that to me.
Must be a coincidence?
In fact, you don't strike me as a commoner at all. Just the way you talk doesn't sit right with me. Allow me to disabuse you of your misconception. That's not something that just anybody would say.
Just an odd coincidence.
And there's the fact you know how long it takes to get to Vlashim. On horseback, and you've done the journey before. Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not going to do you any harm. What could I possibly take from you? Eh? Who are you?
My name is Odolin von Wottitz. My father is Albert von Wottitz.
So you're a nobleman?
That I am.
What really happened?
I escaped from prison.
Why were you in prison?
I was a hostage. My father fell out with a couple of noblemen from the League of Lords. This rankled them, so they ambushed me one day as I was running errands for my father. Then everything happened so fast. They detained me and sent my father a message. If your son's life matters to you, you won't make any trouble. He had no choice but to do what they said. These are tough times, eh?
How did you escape?
Well, I gradually figured out who was guarding me and when. One of the guards used to come into my chamber and talk to me from time to time.
You had a chamber? No dungeon?
No. You don't keep a nobleman detained like a murderer, waiting for the news. I had a room where I was guarded.
All right. Carry on.
Well, I steadily worked on that guard. Once he was convinced I wasn't going to escape, he stopped being so attentive and I managed to pinch his key. Then I just snuck out that night, and that was it.
Sounds like you got pretty lucky.
Lucky or not, I had no wish to spend another moment in that chamber.
What are you going to do now?
My priority is to get back home to my family and discuss it with them. And I need to move fast before anything goes wrong.
How long were you held?
A year? Perhaps a year and a half? Yes, that seems about right.
I can spare you a few coins. It's a lot more than I normally give, I have to say.
Thank you so much. May the Lord repay your kindness.
Farewell. I hope you make it home safely.
Thanks.
There now.
I can't swim. Someone's wagon tipped over here. There's things are now floating in the pond. Never again. I tried swimming once, and how did that end up? feel like laying down.
What the? Did I step?
I could use a nap. It's empty.
Yuck. What the hell is that? That smell wasn't here before.
Greetings, friend. Greetings to you, friend.
My. That's something. You ought to bathe. Right now would be best.
I saw you have quite a nice bull here.
Do you mean the white one? It belongs to old Olbram, or rather, Olbram belongs to the bull. The old geezer don't have nothing else on his mind besides that bull of his. He barely even comes to the inn anymore because he's always watching it.
Do you think Olbram would sell the bull?
Who's asking? You? Take a look at yourself. You look like you just crawled out of a cow's arse.
He watches the bull? How so?
He has his farmhands stand outside the barn with lanterns all night, keeping watch. I can't really blame him. An animal like that is a real rarity. I just feel sorry for the lads.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good, but still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals, but got no idea where they went.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too, at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
You have a water goblin here?
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their spot.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves, but God knows if that's all of them.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
That sounds good. What's it about?
It actually came about by chance when the miller Crazel and me bet on who has the stronger hired hands. Then other blokes from the village joined in, and it's become somewhat of a tradition. By the way, old Olbram from Zheleoth keeps complaining about the Tuckovites. If you go and see him, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. But, well, he takes a bit of getting used to, though.
Oh? What do you mean?
You'll see. I mean, here, stop by Semin. I hear the saddler's hand Yannick there is looking for a blacksmith. And that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, innkeeper. That sounds interesting. What's going on around here, innkeeper?
We hold a fight club here sometimes. Would you like to try it?
That sounds good.
It act then other... And that's...
Thanks, Ink.
See you soon, my friend.
The Lord be with you.
Greetings to you.
I'm in need of your services, Master Barber.
You clean up well, good man.
I've been darning and sewing since morning.
I haven't even eaten yet. The washing machine is going to get wet again. What now?
God be with you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I need a bath.
What'll it be this time, Henry?
I've heard the girls here can work wonders. I'd like to see that for myself.
My girls know how to make a fella happy.
What I really need right now is a little taste of paradise.
Excellent. Pay up and we can get started.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem. Then I'm sorry, Henry.
I need a bath.
Certainly. We're open.
I need my wounds treated and my clothes washed. And then I'll have a hot bath.
All right, but money up front.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem.
Do we have a deal?
Now that's nearly an acceptable amount. Nearly. Excellent. You'll find exactly what you're looking for in my bath.
There, all better. I hope that's all your aches and pains taken care of. And take better care of yourself out there, friend.
God bless you.
What's the matter? Did you drop something?
Greetings to you. Welcome, my good man. Karl von Unterbrick is the name.
I'm Henry. Are you German?
No. Why? Should I be?
Well, you've got a German face.
Honest looking, eh?
Yes. And do you live here? Under the bridge?
You envy me, eh?
Of course. It's a real palace.
Well, don't even think about it. It's my bridge. And now you're here. You want to buy something?
You're selling something?
Of course. Gifts from heaven.
Gifts from heaven? What do you mean?
Just what I said. You're a bit slow, aren't you? When folks go home from the tavern, often as not they're pissed as a newt. And from time to time they drop something. Or even throw something down here. All nice stuff it is. See for yourself.
Show me your wares.
Take care then, and thanks for nothing.
Could this be the pier from Zdeněk's story? He said Matthias carried Kuba's body up the hill from here, up to an old oak tree. Well, there really is an old oak tree here. And what was the rest of the story? Something like smashing the axe on the rock. This could be the rock from the story. I'm on the right path. A grave under the tree, overlooking the valley. This must be where Kuba, Matthias's brother, is buried. Together with the silver axe. God in heaven. This really is the axe. All those years in the earth haven't treated it well. I hope I can fix it.